Hey, Sir-Fix-Alot here. E46 BMW 3 Series. Got kind of a faded, hazed out plastic lens here. I'm going to be restoring this with 3M lens renewal kit, and this consists of a sanding pad, a refining pad, a polish, and then a protectant that goes on after that. It's a great kit. It's sold by 3M, and it covers 2 headlight lenses and possibly a little bit more, but we'll see. All you'll need is essentially a drill, and then you're going to have to mask around this area in order not to polish, let's say, your bumper or items around your headlight cover. And this applies to basically any plastic cover, whether you got a BMW or a Porsche or any of the other more modern cars that have this kind of plastic lens that gets kind of hazed up. The E46 BMW, first thing you want to do is remove this lower trim panel here, and you just push on the tab with a screwdriver and it should pop out like this. And then once you have it out here, there are 2 tabs that grab it on this side and these 2, and you just kind of pull them out, and the whole unit comes out. And then this gives you clearance here. You can put painter's tape down here for protection, but this gives you clearance from the bumper so that when you're working with a drill and the sandpaper that 3M provides you, you don't get too close to the paint. The 3M lens renewal kit comes with 3 pads: P500 grit, 800 grit, and then a 3000 wet sanding pad. So we're going to start out with the 500. Attach this to your Velcro foam pad, and we're going to take down top layer of this headlight lens, plastic headlight lens, and it's gonna go from this to very, very hazy looking, and then we'll gradually get it polished finer and finer until the finish basically surpasses what you see here, this kind of hazy look that's been weathered over the years on this car. So here we go. Now you want to make sure that you use an even not too heavy as far as pressure is concerned, but just enough to take down the top layer. You don't want the pad to bounce around, otherwise you're going to get swirl marks. So you see when I sped it up, you can see it bouncing around a little bit. You want to keep it at a slight angle and just go over the entire headlight cover. You can use side-to-side motion and then up and down. But your goal here is not to have any swirl marks. You can see that there's different areas that are let's say harder hit than the other areas, and so those you'll want to definitely polish out a little bit more. So these are the areas that I didn't hit very well, and these are the areas that I did. So. Before going with the P800 pad, you essentially want to get the headlight to this type of haze without any imperfections or unevenness to it. Then simply switch to the P800 pad, which is the one with the purple lettering on it. And again, you go over the entire unit, bringing it down to the fineness of P800. You'll probably need to go through 2 pads per headlight in order to get it down to that fineness that you want. You can see it getting a lot smoother here. And there you have it after the P800 pad. It's just a smooth glazed finish. Then you go to the P3000, and this is essentially a wet sand. So I use a quick detailer. You can use water, doesn't really matter. One of the two is fine. But you essentially spray it, and it should develop a slurry as you're polishing it. And you can see that slurry develop. The water or the quick detailer acts as a lubricant, so you want to kind of keep it moist, and then the pad just runs right over it, developing that slurry. Then when you wipe it with a microfiber towel, you'll see it develop a finer haze. We do this one more time, and then we go to the rubbing compound, which will bring it down further, and then they provide you with a polishing compound, and that brings it further fineness to it. So here it is after the P3000 wet sand, and now we're going to go to the rubbing compound that they provide you with. A little bit, you attach the foam pad and you put a little bit on there. Like that. Kind of rub it across and then begin to polish. Wipe it down with the microfiber towel, and you can see that it's definitely getting to be a finer look to it. You can do one more pass with the rubbing compound, and then you move on to the polishing compound after that. Now when we wipe it, it should give a pretty decent finish to it. And there you have it. Much clearer headlight cover. And you do the same thing for the other side. And that's it.